Monday. You know what this is about. It is Mahala Monday. Good morning and welcome to Mahala Monday. I'm Dougal and with me, Rhoda.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Mahala Monday. Another episode with giving you all the information that you would love and to hear at the end of the day to decide which institution to go to, what to study, just making it a little bit easier for all our students and everybody out there that wants to make the choice on where to study.
And it is a big choice, of course. And as you know, it is a very interactive show. And you are invited to be part of this. Now, right now, we are streaming live on YouTube and we're streaming live on Facebook. So you can simply ask any questions, or if you have a comment, by all means, at Nickay Productions. That is where you'll find us. And please, we encourage you to be part of the show because you know exactly what it is that you want to know. Me and Rhoda, we, of course, we have our own questions as well that we will be asking a representative. But we are super excited today about today's guest because I've seen this building everywhere. I've seen this place everywhere. And we're going to be talking about that today. But before we get into all of that, of course, for everybody here at Nickay Productions, education is very important, isn't it, Rhoda?
Very important, you know. And in line with that is obviously our social well-being as well. But education has always been on our top of our list. And being 18 years in the industry and the network of the institutions we've got, you know, we at Nickay decided to let's give every student opportunity there with COVID at the moment that, you know, these institutions can't go to these schools and give them information that they want. And we saw the shortfall of all of this and said, you know what, we need to assist our institutions and assist our students in getting that information out there and making those difficult choices at the end of the day, and especially for the parents as well. You know, they're not always necessarily at these events at schools, and this is the platform for parents as well to see what opportunities is out there for their children and even for the parents.
And this is what it's all about. So we're bringing you all of this. You don't have to do anything except for view this and, of course, share it. So as you know right now at Nickay Productions, and please ask any questions because I know you out there thinking, is this the course I want to study? Is this the institution that I want to be joining up with? So we're going to help you with that. And we're super excited though today because today, this Monday, we'll be talking to Northlink College. And they're definitely one of the leaders in the industry. So we're going to find out every single thing there is about Northlink College. And of course, you join in with those questions and comments. So Rhoda, who's joining us from Northlink?
Well, today we will be speaking to Damian September, and he is the recruitment manager at practitioner at Northlink College. And quite excited to, you know, have a chat to him and ask him a few questions.
Certainly we are. So before we join Damian, just to remind you, at Nickay Productions, of course, on YouTube and on Facebook, we look forward to getting your questions and your comments, and we will definitely pose them to Damian September. But before we get into Damian, and welcome Damian formally onto the show, I'm driving around in Cape Town, and now, of course, just to remind you, of course, we're broadcasting live from the mother city. And more importantly, I've seen Northlink College basically everywhere. Wherever you go, you kind of see it.
Everywhere. That's so true.
So this is going to be exciting stuff, and we look forward to see what Northlink has got to offer and how they can change your life. So Damian September, as Rhoda alluded to, is the Marketing Recruitment Officer for Northlink College. He's the man with all the answers, and I just want to put it out there as well. Anything you need to know about the courses, if it's funding you want to know, for instance, how long the courses is, whatever it is that you might be asking, even if you're not close to the Western Cape where we are now and we will be talking to, but we'll get all of that from Damian as well. So joining us then live for Mahala Monday on this Monday is Damian September, which is actually, funnily enough, on the last Monday of October. Sir, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I'm well, thank you.
Damian, thank you so much for joining us and being part of Mahala Monday for today. It's really great having you here, and we're really looking forward to finding out exactly what Northlink is all about and everything that you offer. But can you quickly, just to set things, to kick things going, can you quickly give our audience an overview of what Northlink is all about, what it is that you guys do, and what is Northlink TVET College all about?
Okay, so Northland, we are a TVET college, a technical vocational and educational training institution. We specialize in our business studies, general studies and engineering. We are based in the northern suburbs in the Bellville area, and we offer over 90 different courses, whether it be in pre-matric and post-matric studies. and we have on average about 20,000 students currently registered with the college.
Okay, so that's quite a number of students that you have there, and certainly quite a number of courses that you have there. And actually, leading into this, I was just mentioning to Rhoda and our audience as well that. And I basically see Northlink everywhere, considering we are in the mother city right now. And when you said that you're just based in Bellville, that's where the name comes in. You're just based in the northern part of Cape Town.
Yeah, so how Northlink came about the name was about almost 20 years back, before Northlink was amalgamated as an institution. Each campus used to be individual colleges, and it was Protea College, it was Tigerberg College, and Goodwood College. And when they amalgamated the 7 campuses together, that's how they came, because we are based in the northern suburbs and we were all linked together, hence the name Northland College.
Just on that one, I mean, just thinking back and doing graduation photography for all these years, we have been, at least we were back in the day in 2003 still, taking photos at Tigerberg College. That was in 2003. So yeah, it brings back lots of memories back in the days. Okay, I'm kind of giving my age away now, but yeah.
So those are the courses, I mean, the campuses. And did you say 7 campuses?
Yes, 7 campuses, 4 of it being engineering campuses, business and general study campuses, and then 3 of the campuses being engineering campuses.
Okay, could you tell us more or less where are they located?
Okay, so we have a 2 in basically in Bellville, which is the Protea campus. Then we have our Bellville campus, which is based in Bellville South. We have our Parow campus, Goodwood campus, Tigerberg campus, which is based in Panorama, and then we have Wingfield as well, and as well as the Belhar campus.
So those are the campuses that you have. Now, Damian, let's get stuck into it straight away. We know now where you are. We know Northlink is the TVET colleges, and what qualifications are offered at Northlink College? Let's get straight into it. What qualifications do you guys offer?
Okay, so first we'll start off with our NCV programs, the National Certificate courses. The NCV stands for National Certificate Vocational. These are 3-year courses, and it's basically the equivalent of doing grade 10, 11, and 12 at the college. However, with the NCV courses, the advantage of doing it through a TVET college is that it's career-focused courses. So which means that the student, when they come to college to come and study with us in the NCV program, they actually have to choose a career path they want to go into. Many a time we have the problem with students getting to grade 10, they have to make subject choices, and they sometimes make the wrong subject choices because thinking that they're going to choose the easiest subjects just to get through high school. Then getting to grade 12 and realizing they've chosen the wrong subjects, and they need to then either redo a bridging course or something to get into. So when you get into an NCV course, you have to say then I want to go into tourism or I want to go into engineering, and then you will only do subjects related to that. So it keeps the students then focused on the career path they want to go into. So that is the first, the certificate entry courses that we offer, the NCV. Then we're moving on to our post-matric studies, which is our N4 to N6 programs. That's the national diplomas, the native programs. And then we also offer various non-native courses. But most of our national diplomas obviously is 3-year national diplomas. So students then do an 18-month theory course through the college. And then for 18 months, they need to go and work in industry in the field of their studies for them to qualify for a national diploma. The native programs also, obviously at N4 to N6, basically also means it's a bursary funded course. And that's why we also have non-native courses, which means that the course does not offer a bursary. Then we offer our skills courses, our trade courses, where students that maybe wants to go into an artisanal course to become an artisan, a qualified artisan. We offer various skills in those types of fields of study as well. And we are a registered trade center. So students, once they have completed their practical work experience, they can come back to the college to come and do a trade test to qualify for their red seals.
So Damian, just sort of backtrack there for a little bit of a moment. So in the beginning you were saying if you happen to be right now grade 10, grade 9, a student learner, at school,
Yeah.
you could complete your matric through Northlink and be there and sort of get the subjects on board already that can push you in the right career path to the tertiary qualification that you're aspiring to. Was that what you were saying in the beginning?
Yes, yes, and it's also very important then for a student to actually then start to know what career path they want to go into, because it is a problem we're having nowadays with all the technology and facilities available to the students. There is still many students not certain about the career path. So it's important for the students when they apply for a course at the college that they need to already know what career path they want to go into.
All right, so a student would do that, and then of course the subject that's on board, considering like if I wanted to go into travel and tourism or a specific part of engineering, that the subject that I have then in let's say what is the equivalent then to grade 11 or grade 12 is really tailor-made for me to sort of jumpstart my tertiary education, right?
Yes, that's correct. And once they've completed their NCB program, they can then immediately then apply for the national diploma in that same course, for them to complete the national diplomas after they completed the NCB course as well.
And currently, do you have lots of students doing that?
Yes, yes. We obviously, like I said, we have on average about 20,000 students. So yes, we are inundated with applications on a daily basis. So yes, we do get a lot of students that are choosing the option of coming to a TV college instead of completing it through high school.
All right.
Yeah, so I think while we're on that topic, on careers, could you tell me what options do you have for the students? What career paths do you have? What options do you have at your college?
Okay. Yeah, so as I said, we obviously specialize in business studies, general and utilities, and as well as engineering studies. On the engineering side, we only specialize in mechanical, electrical, and civil engineering, but we offer various skills in those three fields of studies as well. So courses, then we also offer short skills programs. If the students that's interested in just doing something very quickly, like a 3-month course or a 1-month course, there's various skills in that. We offer courses on a part-time basis as well as distance learning. Part-time basis, I always say to the young learners, part-time is more focused on people already working in industry and want to get upskilled in a career path that they are in. Distance learning, we offer it through our Guru campus. It's also focused on mostly on our engineering programs. So if an applicant wants to apply for distance learning in engineering, they can do so. Still having to then complete the practical element. And then, yeah, we also offer various learnerships and apprenticeships and through the college as well in the industries that we obviously offer our courses on. And then once again, also, as mentioned earlier on, we are a registered trade center for students to come and complete their red seal skilling.
All right, so Damian, just looking at that in terms of what you say, and you sort of touched on it a little bit as well. So if you're looking at the different campuses, do we find now that the campus, let's say the Bellville campus, specifically focuses just on certain courses?
Yes.
And is that the case?
Yeah, so because we have almost about 90 different courses, our many other institutions, because they are maybe far apart, they will offer similar courses at different campuses. But our courses are campus specific, which means that if you say, I want to do motor mechanics, you will then only be going back to the Bellville campus because that is where the course is offered. If you want to do civil engineering, you can only go to Bellville campus because that's the campus offered. If you want to do business studies like your marketing, finance, tourism, those types of courses, post-matric, you'll go to our Tigerville campus. If you want to do those business types of courses for pre-matric, you will come to Protea campus. So the course that you decide on will determine the campus that you go to.
All right, so that is very specific. Now, you know what, as a young person, I mean, I remember this very clearly as well, being at a sort of matric level. You used to hear of a marketing course. You always heard this, but I never knew exactly what it is that I could do. You know, what would really be a specific career path for me? And when we say career path, it's a big word. But what job would I do 5 years, 10 years from now after getting the qualification?
Well, basically, look, basically, and this is once again very important. Students need to know where they want to go into. And especially because we do a lot of career expos where we go to schools and we speak to students, we have career expos. Obviously, COVID aside, before this happened, but when a student comes up to me and they say to me, sir, what is it that I can go and study? I always tell them, look, basically start at home. Usually just start with your parents, speak to them and find out what careers they are doing, or you know what careers they're doing. Speak to them about what the job entails, how are they doing in that, what they studied in the past for them to get into that career. And if it's something that they have interest in, that's when they can then say, okay, I want to go into that field of studies. But if a student doesn't know, then there is various options for them to come and visit institutions where they can come and do a campus tour here. They can speak to our student support office, where we can also assist students. But like a course like marketing management, that is the field that I'm in. I usually say it's for students going into a field like that, you need to be a people's person, you need to be a very talkative person. You can't be a shy person wanting to go into that because you're going to basically work with people on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So it's very important for students to actually identify when they approach us, they already need to have some kind of idea of what career they want to go into.
You know, and the reason I'm asking that it is just because when we hear the specific course that is offered, it is a vast sort of description. It is never defined into the actual career opportunity that somebody might be into. Now, Damian, I've got another question for you because I actually want to know what is your most popular course. But before I get to that, if you've just joined us, thank you very much for tuning into Mahala Monday, which is a live broadcast on YouTube and Facebook. And with us this morning here on Mahala Monday is Damian September, who is the Marketing Recruitment Officer of Northlink. And we're talking all things Northlink this morning. And we invite you again, if you have a question or comment or something specifically that you would like to know about Northlink College, then by all means, at Nickay Productions, that is where you can get in touch with us. And we'll definitely pose that question to Damian as it comes through. So Damian, considering all the courses that we have, because we know now there's engineering, there is from the construction side, also from the automotive side, we know there's tourism, we know there's various courses, over 90 programs that you have in Northlink. If you, top of your head, and I'm sorry for putting you on the spot, but it is a Monday, do you know, is there like one course that just stands out a little bit about everything else, where there is like a little bit of that is the popular course?
Look, I wouldn't say that we have, but yeah, there is obviously courses that's more popular between students asking for a career path. If you're looking at our Bellville campus, a lot of the students are looking at our welding and boiler making courses. Also, the motor mechanics and panel beating are the skills courses that the students are really interested in. If you're looking at our Tigerberg campus, obviously marketing management, business management, are the more popular courses. We also offer performing arts for those aspiring actors and actresses. That is a very popular course. We offer sports. So I couldn't say specifically that we have one specific course, but I would probably say more queries would come for business management and marketing management. But like I said, there is a variety of courses. And just thinking of each campus, then I could probably say Mahala campus for civil engineering. Parel campus would be popular for hair care and cosmetology. Also, the safety and society, what I would say has the largest amount of students. I think that has about 1,800 students alone just for safety and society, which is a pre-matric course. So yeah, so there is certain courses that as people applying for more, for between the 90 different courses.
Wow. Just listening to all of that, I'm listening to the numbers. So if you look at your student numbers at this point, what does your student numbers look like?
Student numbers, as I said, over the 7 campuses, we have registered for, we have 20,000 students currently registered with us. So it actually makes us the largest TVET college in the Western Cape for the amount of students, because most universities, if you look at them, they will be anything between 5 and 10,000 students. So yeah, so we are quite large. We are the largest TVET college in the Western Cape. There's 60 TVET colleges. But obviously 50 different TVET colleges within the country.
Wow.
And just looking at that, I just wanted to know something, just jumping on what Rhoda asked you. In terms of your student numbers, do you sit with students basically from all over the country as well as some international students, or are they very local based?
Yeah, yeah. Our footprint runs into Africa. We do recruitment. We're one of the few institutions that, a few TV colleges that actually do recruitment within the Northern Cape, the Southern Cape, Eastern Cape, as well as Namibia. So we go up till into Namibia to do recruitment. But yes, we get a lot of students from the Namibia areas. We also get from Congo, Nigeria, these types of countries as well. So our footprint runs into Africa.
Wow, I must say, I'm quite impressed. And, there's a little bit, there's for everybody, anything that you want to do, from spray painting to panel beating to makeup to hair. I mean, wow, guys, you always think at the end of the day, you're not sure what you want to become one day. There's so many options. I mean, looking at Northlink itself, I mean, my word, you can actually go and choose whichever you'd love to study.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to nominate myself as a potential hair candidate. When you have to do practical. I need to help where I can. So Damian, sorry, because Rhoda's going to ask you now a question what might concern mom and dad, because we're all thinking that. Yes. We all want to do something, but sometimes there's challenges, and Rhoda's doing that next.
That's true. So, you know what? The big question for all our parents out there, obviously, is bursaries. What do you guys have to offer for bursaries?
Okay, so yeah, because we are a government institution, we are governed and funded by the Department of Higher Education and Training, otherwise known as DHET. So our bursary funding is done through NSFAS. So we work hand in hand for students to apply for NSFAS bursaries. So yeah, the students can go onto onto the NSFAS website. They can do an online application for bursaries at nsfas.org.za. We also have a dedicated bursary office here, where they can also contact us for bursaries. They can call us on 021 970 9000 and ask to speak to one of the bursary clerks. And obviously there is a few criteria that needs to be met for a student to be able to apply for a bursary.
And what are those criteria?
Basically, obviously bursaries are only for South African students, as is the government fund. Students, there needs to be an household income or combined household income of 350,000 or less per annum for everybody working in the house together for their salaries. People with disabilities, there is a minimum requirement of a 600,000 per year requirement for bursaries. There's obviously documentation that a student needs, and that is basically a certified copy of the ID, certified copy of the proof of address, certified copies of everybody staying in the house, proof of the parent or guardian's salary income or salary slips if the student is under 21. If a student is a SASSA grant recipient, they need to have all that documentation available. And then if everybody is unemployed in the house, the student needs to get an affidavit from the police station to state the circumstances for them to apply for a bursary.
Okay, so that is in terms of the qualification. And just asking you quickly in terms of the courses, and you don't have to give me the exact details, but are different courses differently priced?
Yes. So depending on the course that you apply for, that will determine the course fee. Like I said, if a course is either an NCB course or a native course, they can then apply for bursaries. So then the bursary will automatically cover all the requirements for that, the funding for that course.
And Damian, in terms of the courses that you offer, what is the shortest course, shortest period?
You can probably do like a 1-week course or a 1-month course, depending on the course that you're going to do, if it's a short skill.
Yes.
But predominantly, if it's our skills courses, our artisanal courses, or otherwise known as the CBMT course, competency-based modular training, those are courses that's anything from 3 months up to a year long. And then for national diplomas, it will be a 18-month period, 18 months practical, and obviously the NCV courses are 3-year national certificates.
Now, if a person would apply for a bursary or funding, would that cover any length of course, or does it only kick in for, let's say, for the up to 3-year courses?
Yeah, only if stated that, but like short courses, part-time courses, skills courses, those are courses that's not funded by the bursary fund. So it's predominantly our national diplomas and our NCV courses that is covered by the bursary.
All right, so that kind of covers in terms of finances, because I know that is a hot topic.
Yeah.
You know, that is a very hot topic for parents, for students, because that is where we normally stand. You know, that really gives you the options when it comes into funding and the access of funding, especially for tertiary education.
Also, yeah, also just to add on to the funding of it, obviously when a student apply for the bursary, the funding obviously covers the cost of the course, cost of their materials, and students can also apply for travel allowances, which basically means that if a student lives, I think 5 kilometers or more away from the college, they can apply for a traveling allowance, which basically means NSWAT will then give them a monthly stipend for them to cover the cost of the traveling from home to college and back home as well. But we also offer hostel accommodation, and there is bursaries available for that as well. So basically, when they get a bursary, the bursary basically covers everything.
Okay,
Wow.
that is pretty good. Now we got a question or two that came in, and it's going to come back on our screen now, which we will post to you, which is from one of the viewers. But what I would want to know is just what is the classes set up like?
It's basically like your normal classroom setup. It's 20, about on average about 20 to 30 students that they have per classroom, and it's classes obviously from Monday to Friday. Classes starts at 8 a.m. in the morning, and I think it runs till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Obviously, Fridays is a short day, so I think classes end at about 1 o'clock on Friday.
All right.
Yeah. So just getting back to the question that was posed on our social media, it is Ms. Govender, and she wants to know what is the students' lecture ratio in a class? Are students offered individual attention in that regard?
Well, obviously, like I said, it's about 20 to 30 students, depending on how big the classroom is. And individual attention, obviously, it's a similar classroom environment as you would get at school and that. If there is individual attention needed, if a student is struggling or anything, we do have dedicated student support officers on each of the campuses that can assist the students with anything else that they need. So yes, there is services in place to assist students with any additional needs they have.
So also just touching on that, we're talking now student support, extra classes as well.
Yes, basically the student support office, their main office is based at our Protea campus, but we have student support officers at each of the campuses. And then, yeah, they are there to assist students with any personal problems they may have, financial issues or anything like that. If they need additional classes, then they can arrange that for them as well, speaking to the students. But obviously, based on the needs of the student. If a student is struggling in a classroom, it's obviously the responsibility of that student to go to the lecturer and say to the lecturer, look, I'm struggling with this. And then I've done part-time studies at the college, and where we've seen that there is a shortfall for students not getting done, or there was a request for maybe for weekend classes or extra classes. So that is the case that we can facilitate students on that request as well.
Thank you, Damian. So, Damian, what I want to know as well, and this is a very, very sort of important thing. Does Northlink now assist students in finding employment, basically after obtaining their qualification? Is there any assistance that you offer?
Yes. So we have a department called WIL, Work Integrated Learning, and the WIL department is there to assist students as well with finding placement in industry for the course that they study. However, we have to reiterate that this is a service provided by the college, and most of the institutions do it as well. But we also have to reiterate that at the end of the day, it also is the student's responsibility to be able to find their own placement, because we have a large complement of 20,000 students, and we have one officer per campus, and we have the WIL office situated at the Protea campus as well. It is difficult sometimes for the officers to be able to place all these students. So we can assist students. We do it based on academic performance to try and place them within industry, because we have various relationships with the various industry leaders to be able to place students. But at the end of the day, if we are not able to place all students, it is a responsibility of that student to be able to find their own placement as well.
Now, I know you described the sort of the vibe and the environment on campus just a short moment ago, but in terms of daily life, activities, just regular social things, sports, clubs, that sort of thing, do you, are there any of those?
Yes, we offer various activities. Obviously, there's various sports activities that students can partake in. There's various sports disciplines, sports like your soccer, your rugby, your netball, athletics, these types of things that we have on offer. But we also, then students also do like get involved in Mandala Day and things like that. We also have a few challenges that was done, like the Jerusalem challenge, where campuses also did those challenges.
Did you do it as well, David?
That we've done already.
Sorry, did you do the challenge?
No, I've unfortunately got 2 left feet, so no, I would not. I have not taken up the challenge yet.
So on that, you know, the big question at the end of the day, who can actually apply? I mean, I've just listened and already there is an idea of more or less who can apply. And then obviously, how do they go about and apply to be at your institution?
Look, anybody can apply. Students up to 13 years old can already apply for our pre-matric courses. You can be up to 19.
Beg your pardon, Damian, did you say 13?
13. Because obviously when you complete grade 9, that is around about the age you will be. So a student can already apply from that age onwards to come into an NCV program.
Sure.
Okay. Didn't.
No.
I double check on the 13
anybody can apply for any of these courses. As I mentioned, I think the only restriction will be if it's an international student, we will work through our international office. They can apply for any of the courses, but obviously they do not qualify for bursaries. But we are open to anybody applying for any of the courses.
Because that is what you alluded to earlier. So we know now you have international students as well from all over the continent, in fact, as well as in South Africa as well, that you have students here and they can all apply. But specifically, once we speak to the national funding, that is only reserved for South African citizens, if I understand you correctly. Now, the other thing I wanted to ask you this, because I think this might be a burning question for mom and dad as well, and especially if you're not located in a geographically very close to the specific campus that you plan to attend. When it comes to things like accommodation, is there some sort of platform or some sort of guidance that you assist with as well?
Okay, so we actually have hostels at our Tygerberg campus as well as our Belhar campus. There is a minimum requirement for a student to live at least 40 kilometers or more away from the college. So that is from Bellville to Paul. So if a student stays more than 40 kilometers, they can apply for hostel accommodation. There is obviously, as I said, the element of applying for a bursary for it, but there is also private accommodation that is offered. There is an institute called Northland, which is based in Kudut, that also accommodates students. And then we also have sometimes people that actually offer their home up for student accommodation, which is private accommodation, which students can also apply. So when a student applies, they need to then, and they accept it and they need to come and register, they need to indicate that they need to apply for hostel accommodation, and then the relevant documentation will be given to them for them to then apply for that as well.
Okay, wow. I like that, because a lot of people will be concerned about accommodation, especially, you know, not living in the area where the actual college is situated. So that is definitely a big plus. And well done for you as an institution who's got such a large footprint and a bit of an assistance network here with that. I think that is really, really absolutely awesome that you are doing that. And on that note as well, so we've got places to stay that you offer. The most important thing is that people are looking at now. I mean, we're basically in the home stretch of this calendar year. When does entries close? When you need to have all your documentation in? When does submissions close? Does for accommodation, for tuition, do they all end on the same time for next year?
Okay, Usually on an annual basis, it was end of October. However, with the pandemic happening, it's now the end of November that we have our closing date for all applications. I must say that most of our courses has been filled already for the first semester, but we obviously do let students then apply for second semester. So, and as well as for the bursary applications as well, also closes on the 30th of November. So it's the same time as bursaries for our applications to close. So yeah, but the sooner that the student applies, the better. And then there is obviously certain criteria also to apply. Students applying to Northland College, they can either do it online at northlink.co.za, or they can do a manual application. It's a one-page document for students to apply. If they fill in the form, they need to attach a copy of their ID and a copy of their latest results. Obviously online as well, they fill in that same document online, but then they need to scan in the copy of their ID and the results to be sent through to us. When applying, we work on a 3 SMS system. First SMS usually indicates to the student that we have captured the application. Second SMS will then inform if they meet the minimum requirements, and then usually the third SMS will say if they have been accepted and when they need to come and register at the college.
All right, and it's easy. I mean, you can do it online, and you would obviously, I mean, considering the time we're in, you know, with social distance and especially during this time. So, would you prefer the online applications?
Yes, yes. We obviously trying to steer more to the digital side. So yes, we would prefer obviously, and that they also can get a quicker response from us because once they press send, it immediately comes through us. However, I just need to also mention that if anybody wants to apply online, that they just need to know when they go onto the website, they first need to register onto the website before they can apply, because we've had that queries in the past to say that they've gone onto the website and they're having difficulties applying. They need to first register on the website for them to be able to apply for our courses.
Okay, so actually on that point now, with you know, getting onto the internet, working online and things like that, do you have distance learning by any chance that you offer?
Yes, we do offer distance learning. It's offered through our Tigerberg camp, not Tigerberg, the Kudu campus. But like I said, it's more focused on the engineering studies. And because we are a institution that has a lot of practical elements, there's only certain courses that can be offered as distance learning. But we obviously prefer the student to obviously attend classes when they do apply to us.
All right, so there's certainly quite a number of things that you've mentioned that really set you apart. And David, we are reaching the end. We're getting closer to the end of it now. So there's a couple of things that I just want to recap. So in terms of accommodation, for students not geographically close to the campus, and you specifically said a radius of 40 kilometers and above, there is facilities available, there is platforms available, and there is a hand from Northlink available in order to facilitate students. We know now you guys assist as well with the application of bursaries. We know that as a TVET college you offer a vast array of programs, around about 90 I think you said in the beginning. Yeah. So there is quite a bit that you do. But if you really had to nitpick, what really sets you apart, considering all the things I've just mentioned?
Look, obviously setting us apart is that Northland is a well-known and well-established brand. So yeah, we do recruitment in various different provinces as well as Namibia as well. So it's something that we as an institution do that not a lot of other TVET institutions will do. So yeah, we are a preferred brand for students to apply for. And as also just to mention that we have as recently won our 6th consecutive PMR Business Excellence Award as well. So yeah, so we obviously doing something right in the industry. So yeah, I would say that it's just we are a preferred brand, and as you mentioned as well, you see us everywhere, and that is part of what we want to do is we want people to know about us. So no matter where we get invited to, if we get invited to different towns, into different areas, in different cities, we are happy to go so that we can just get our footprint out there. And that's what we've been doing for the past few years, to get our footprint out there so that people know more about Northland College. So yeah, so I think that sets us apart from other institutions.
Well, that is absolutely awesome because well done and being acknowledged as well. That is, I mean, it means something to be acknowledged, and especially in that industry and from peers and everybody. But you know what? The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. I believe you, but the proof is in the pudding. Is there, to your best of your knowledge, is there a sort of success story? Somebody that came through the hands of Northlink, did their career, was on their career path. Is there any success story that you could share in about 30 seconds? I have to put you on the spot.
Yeah, top of my mind that I can think is a personal friend of mine had started up his own company called Corsa Tech. He did motor mechanics through our college. He was offered an internship to work at Mercedes-Benz. He worked there for his 18 months to get his work experience done. And then he started up his own business. He's a specialist in working with Opels. And I've actually used him for quite a few years. And he proudly boasts about Northland College, about his studies coming through us. And yeah, so there is an opportunity, especially for students going into skills. If you feel that you want to become your own boss, come and do a skills course through us. There is an opportunity for you to start up your own business.
So there you go, everybody. You can. There's a success story at the end of the day. It can be your story as well. You know. So can you tell us? You know, how do our viewers get in touch with you? TV.
Well, there's various platforms. Obviously, firstly would be our website, www.northland.co.za. They can also email us at info@northland.co.za. Our contact number once again is 021 970 9000. And then we all obviously have the various social media platforms like your Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and all these types of platforms that the students, potential students or applicants can get hold of us and communicate with us.
So that is it. So anything you need to know about Northlink, there you have it, the website www.northlink.co.za. As easy as that.
Easy as that.
So, Damian, once again, thank you so much for joining us on Mahala Monday. This was super informative, and thank you for sharing all the nitties and gritties. And I can assure you have definitely aided a prospective student. You've definitely aided mom and dad in anything they would want to know for their little one leaving the coop basically and going to find a tertiary institution. And I hope they marry up with you. And just absolutely brilliant. And keep doing the great work that you do. But finally, as we wrap up, is there any final thoughts, any final that you think that you want to share, any sort of bit of advice that you would like to give a prospective student?
Yeah, basically just from a college point of view for students, please try and apply as soon as possible to us or to any other institution. We're all about education, and we want obviously as many kids as possible to make a success of themselves. So choose various options. Don't just choose one option or put all your eggs in one basket. Choose different options for career paths. That it might be that you apply for something and you do not qualify, or you don't have the subjects in that you have a second option as well, and apply as soon as possible. And also, students need to know there is no such thing as a gap year. That does not exist to me. A lot of students speak to me about it. Yes, sir, but I've studied 12 years and I need to have a break. There is no break in life. Unfortunately, nothing comes free in life. So students need to make, because I always tell them, you know, once you have completed high school, that is when the rest of your life starts. So they need to make a conscious decision that they need to apply as soon as possible. If you take a gap year, you're losing 12 months of a salary, you're setting yourself back 12 months to become promoted in a company, to buy a car, everything goes back 12 months. So do not waste your time with gap years or anything like that, but just apply as soon as possible. And we are here to assist students should they have any further queries.
And Damian, just remind our viewers, when is the cutoff, the closing date for all for registration and qualification being part of Northland?
End of November will be closing date for applications. However, we probably will accept still, and then we'll keep the application for next year. But we get applications on a daily basis. So yeah, so the sooner the student applies, the better for them to be able to get an answer. If there is still courses available, they need to start applying now already.
Thank you very much, sir. So you know what? Thank you once again for joining us. I mean, We've asked you all the questions. Thank you for answering them. So it's only fair. Do you have a question? But for Rhoda.
Rhoda, when you come to study.
Well, looking at all the options, I must say, maybe I should look into this.
Yeah. But thank you very much, guys, for having me as well and for me to represent Northland College. I hope I have really helped some people to make the correct career choices. Like you said, we are here to assist. So if we have any queries, we are happy to assist anybody when they do come through.
Damian, thank you so much for joining us. That is Damian September, Marketing Recruitment Officer, or Practitioner rather.
Practitioner.
Yeah, Practitioner at Northlink College that was with us today on a Mahala Monday. Absolutely a pleasure having him here. And thank you very much as well for watching this and of course, and being part of the show and being interactive. And remember at all times though, we always know somebody that's getting closer to where they have to make that choice, where they about to embark on that part of their life. And definitely for that reason, share this. The more we know about everything and especially the options that's available to us, we can only build a greater community and a bigger society. So that is really what Mahala Monday is all about.
So true. And don't forget, next week Monday we have another episode that you can have a look at. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell as well.
And when you hit the bell, you get the notifications of the next episode. Speaking of which is not far away.
Oh no, definitely not, definitely not. And just a quick reminder, guys, for those that's still sticking around and hanging on, with entrepreneurs, we do have a next episode coming up at 10:15. So if you're looking at wanting to start your own business, you know what? Stay tuned. 10:15.
This is going to be a big one as well. Also, if you want to start a business, you currently have a business, this is the one for you. It's going to be brilliant. Brilliant. But that is it for Mahala Monday for this edition. Thank you once again for joining us. We spoke all things Northlink, and now you certainly know a lot more about it. And once again, thank you very much to Damian September, the marketing recruitment practitioner at Northlink, who joined us and shared all the ins and outs of Northlink. We certainly enjoyed having him on, and we certainly enjoyed having you in as well. So from me, Dougal, until next time, remember, like Rhoda said, hit the bell.
And subscribe.
And share.
Share. Keep well. Bye.